And welcome on in, everybody, to Frogman. Here came Pepe the Second, bringing you the latest maintenance notes on Brown Dust 2. Okay, then. So I was reading the dev notes, and there's some things that we have to discuss, and I would love to let you guys know about because, in my eyes, in all honesty, and to a lot of the community out there that didn't want the removal of going home, yeah, with that being said, though, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to Brown Dust 2, I got you covered. So like and subscribe to my videos, to my channel. And with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, guys. So here's the news. I'm going to cover this step by step. With first off, I'm going to look at Palette first. Okay. And then we're going to discuss her skills. And I'll, give you the details, maybe some team comps, what we can work with. And then after that, we're going to go into the other side of the news here that's not so great. And that should about cover the video. Okay? So let's get to it then, shall we? So I'm going to bring her up here, right? There she is. Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to do this. My bad. Forgot I had this on capture mode. I had it on capture mode, though, because I was recording and, the live 2D wallpapers because, they're going to be removing them. But we'll get into that later. Okay, so here we have her, right? Here she is. Shattered Dream Palette costume and Palette's exclusive gear. And if I am pronouncing this correctly, Delineo. Hope that was pronounced correctly. But here she is, guys. Here's Palette. And if you haven't watched her PV, go check it out. It's incredible, by the way. And if you didn't see what her live 2D animations look like, you can check it out on my previous video that I did, where I showcased her in the Japanese version of that live stream, since the English subbed one, or the English sub one, because that was taken off. That was sniped off of YouTube instantly. So yeah, if you want to go check it out and see what her skill animations were like, it's on my other video, previous video. And I do have a timestamp, so you can just click on it's in the description. Just got to click on it, the timestamp, and it'll take you right to it. Okay, so here we go, guys. So here she is, the lovely Palette, right? Beautiful design. I got to say, honestly, I love her design. It's full of an assortment of violets and also has cyan in it. Light blue here. So a very, very nice design. And also, it matches her eyes. Like, that's the other thing, too. And then you have what looks like a butterfly accessory on her head too, as well. And obviously the goods are like hidden behind this blanket of hers, but the skill animation shows it all. Okay, but yeah, so let's take a look at her. Shattered Dream Palette, Darkness. Okay, she's a Darkness type. Obviously, it was kind of a given. Plus 0. Okay, so SP cost is 4. Cooldown time is 3. Cooldown time is nice. SP cost isn't expensive either. So she deals magic damage to the enemy equal to 500% of your magic attack. Extend the duration of all debuffs on the enemy by 2 turns. Okay, so now we have an answer. Okay, because they only mentioned that it extended the debuffs on the enemy. They didn't say how many turns now. Okay, so now it's by 2 turns. Okay, not bad. A plus 1. SP cost goes down by 1. So, like I always say, 90% of these costumes, you want to get a copy of them because their SP cost goes down by 1 at least, okay? Cooldown time stays the same, 3 turns. And then looks like the skill effect stays the same too, at 500% of your magic attack. Okay, plus 2. Deal damage or deal magic damage to the enemy equal to 550% of your magic attack. Extend the duration of all debuffs on the enemy by 2 turns. So it only goes up by 50% then. Okay, nice. Plus 3, looks like the skill effect again goes up by another 50%, so 600%. Plus 4 and plus 5 looks like it's the same thing, intervals of 50%. So plus 4 is 650%, and then plus 5 is 700%. So it doesn't look like the cooldown time or even the duration of the debuffs being extended change. So it's just the percentage of the, the damage that's equal to your magic attack with her. Okay. That's really nice, though. Like, the SP cost is 3 when you get a copy of her. Cooldown time is 3, so it's every other turn, basically. So that's actually not bad. And if you also look at her skill range now, so her skill range is in a cross shape. it covers 5 tiles. So, okay, so that's not bad-ish. However, if we look at her skill potential here, so her skill tree, if you level it up, goes up by 100% with her damage. So 50% and 50%. So yeah, it goes up instead of 700%. Let's just say for the sake of this video, you plus 5 her, right? Which is what I'm going to do because she actually seems incredible here. So it's going to be 700% to 800%. And then the skill range is going to increase. Instead of covering 5 tiles, it's going to cover 9 tiles. So that's a wide AoE, guys. So I got to say, you know, if you debuff the enemy in any sort of way or form, and then you use Palette next, she can cover a wide area. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. Plus, her magic attack is really strong, too, for what it is. And now that we have, you know, Grenadier and Olivier's new retired, you know, legend costume, which can, was it? It powers up magic, right? Magic percentage, if I'm not mistaken. I have the game open. I can just go and look. But yeah, so not bad, really. And then you also have Helena too, who's also getting her special skin, by the way, on March 26th. So, but yeah. Very, very nice. And then you also have Medical Club Teresa, which she actually does, but it's not as strong like with the support, but she still does some support with magic. Okay, guys, so now we have the weapon Delineo, if I'm pronouncing that right. So exclusive attribute, magic attack percentage-wise is 45%. You get additional. And then the basic attributes. So magic attack 37 or magic attack 25%. And then it just gives you a random, you know, attributes here. Okay, so all in all, honestly, I think she's a home run, and obviously I'll be showcasing her when I make the video and covering her more because obviously she'll be on my team, and then I'll be able to look at her more because I am a visual learner. Okay, so team wise, in all honesty, if you have the Queen of Glutis, I believe, Grenadier, I believe that's her costume name, right? So, if we look here, right? And yes, there's a reason why I have my girl here up. If we take a look here, though. So, team-wise, just for the showcasing of this, let me just do this real quick. Sorry, ladies. So, we have Grenadier, but we're going to be using her other costume, not her Shrine Maiden one. And then I would put, obviously, Helena. Definitely going to be putting Helena on the team. And then, honestly, I would even put Olivier, even though it's just one of her costumes. It actually has, was it a 15 cooldown time, I believe, right? Hold up, let me check. Oh.
現役時代の服でちょっときつい気がするのだけど。
Apologies for how loud that was. My goodness, I forgot I had that turned up all the way. My bad. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so if we look at it, right? Let me see. Yeah, so increases the allies' magic attack by 100% since I, you know, I'm leveling her up here, right? But yeah, so there you have it. So yeah, guys. So it's for 10 turns. Excuse me. So 10 turns, which is still a lot of turns because literally that's like, you don't really need to go beyond 10 turns unless, you know, you're dragging the fight out. Which, in all honesty, I would find impossible to do just because, you know. But yeah, so Olivier, technically, she would help with that, right? And then as for Grenadier... Yep. So Queen of Glutis, definitely, you would use her then too as well. Like I said, magic attack is getting some nice supporters here. So she would add a nice addition. And then obviously Helena, you just need Helena, guys. Okay, +5 Helena for B Idol, you definitely just need her. Okay, the ally crit rate increased to 50% for 4 turns. Now, mind you, she has to be a +5 to get this 50%, right? And she also increases the magic attack as well for 4 turns, and she's a healer. So, all in all, there you go. You can also use Rafithia or Deanna if you need to for property damage, which is the upcoming Guild Raid boss, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's the light type. So definitely going to be using Deanna and Rafithia for this one. Okay, Bridal Rafithia and Adventurer D. Oh, actually, yeah. Now that we have Magical Innovator Deanna, you can just use her if you have her unlocked because her drone supply support, and also her adventure one does too. That's a lot of like that's a lot of property damage, by the way. You see what I'm saying? And then with the additional other Deanna, right? So obviously it doesn't say it here, so you would have to like look here though. But yeah, so depending on how much you've plussed Magical Innovator Deanna, it tells you how much property damage you gain from her little drone that she summons, and it stacks up 4 times. So like I said, I am gonna be showcasing obviously the guild rate boss and all that, make a guide for it because I love doing that. And yeah, so as for the debuffs now, so if you wanted to replace like Rafithia or Deanna with that one, so debuff wise, literally anybody that has that applies a debuff to the enemy. So like defense reduction, magic resistance reduction, DOT, you know what I mean? So like just pick any of them. You know what I mean? I think even inflicting vulnerability, right? So just pick anybody that has it, really. You know what I'm saying? So like for example, Sonya applies vulnerability. Rafina, Rafina does add vulnerability, but let me use another example. Let's see. Lovely Lady Elise. I know I have codename O up. But like Lovely Lady Elise, she applies a defense reduction and magic resistance reduction by 50% for each of them. So she extends those then basically. So yeah, anybody that supplies a debuff, guys. DOT is the same thing. So any DOT type. So Darian, if you wanted to add her for the frostbite, right? Leatrice, her Rodev Star and her Neon Stalker, they have burn. Rubia, 2 of her costumes I believe have burn on them or applied burn as well, right? So yeah, that's what I mean by that. So all in all, there are some choices for you guys. Okay. So I'm not gonna go through the entire list, you know what I'm saying, but just wanted to show you guys. Just for example wise. Now let me put my other team back on here that I had going. Nope, not Goblin Slayer. Like not him. Who did I have for my team again? You know what? Let's not worry about it. Because I just want to get to the rest of the content. You know, we'll play there. Okay. I had someone else here. I think it was Deanna. Yeah, it was Deanna. Anyway, but yeah, so there you have it with Paulette. But yeah, so lots of different teams that you can use for her. In all honesty, she's great for a lot of them, especially for that debuff one, extending the duration of all debuffs. That's really nice. Okay, so now we're going to look at the rerun for Zenith. Okay, so Zenith real quick. She's going to be having a rerun because we're going to be getting her Prestige skin reworked now, okay? So if you have her Prestige skin, okay, pay attention, okay? Because lots of things were, obviously, I'm not sure if you guys watched my previous video or my VOD explaining what was the changes to her. Basically, they're just adding a little bit more animations with the licking and where she's licked, and then the climax scene. Now they didn't showcase the climax scene. I'm not sure if it's because they couldn't or they just wanted to be a surprise. So I can't really say what it looks like because they didn't showcase it. But it has been changed, and also it is going to be in a way where you can loop it now, right? So it's going to be looped on your home screen so that you can just have it. Okay. So yeah, there was a lot of things added to it. But if we're looking at Zenith now as a costume-wise, right? And I still can't believe they censored her still. Robin Hood Zenith, basically in a nutshell, she is excellent for concentrated fire, and also she's actually the #1 pairing for Ventana. So if you have Zenith, right, and you have Ventana, and you want to get some more damage with Ventana, Zenith is your girl then to level up. Then again, she really doesn't have to be leveled up all the way unless you really want to have more unless you want to have like applying vulnerability to the enemy, unless you really want to have that, then that's totally up to you. I think it goes up to 100. Yeah, it goes up to 100%, but you have to level up the skill tree if you like end up +5 in her. So investment wise for Robin Hood Zenith, in all honesty, if you just want the concentrated fire, right, perk, and you want to activate it every single turn, then SP cost for Zenith's, I should say, goes down to 0 at +3, because if you look at here, +2 and then +3, it goes down to 1. But then when you level up her skill tree, it goes down even further, which by 1 point, it goes to 0. So literally, you can cast it every single turn without having to worry about, spending SP points. So very nice to have. And when you're paired up with Ventana, especially, and if you have a very strong Ventana build, right, you should, what did you say? You should be able to just, like, pretty much, if not one-shot a lot of enemies that have concentrated fire on them with additional buffs, obviously, like, Libertas, Dark Sanctus, or even Homunculus Lathel added to that. But yeah, so, oh yeah, and even Beachside Angel Terese, because of her augmentation ability. So, like, yeah, honestly, she's a great catch. I would recommend going for her if you didn't already. This is literally, I believe, the second time in the year, actually. Yeah, this is the second time in the year that she's having a rerun, because earlier this year, obviously, they were having her because, it was in January, actually, because of her Prestige skin, right? And now they're having her again. So if you missed out on her before and you want to plus her a little bit more, right, and you know, didn't, and let's say if you missed her in the Powder of Hope shop, right, well, here's your chance yet again to grab her, okay? So very, very, very nice addition. And also her Rabbit Ranger exclusive gear. Just boost up her HP percentage by 54%, since technically Zenith is a sub DPS unit, but you want her to basically tank a lot of things, because she's also a tanker, if anything. If you build her right, she can also tank a lot of things, like a lot of hits, you know. But yeah, so there you have it. And I also forgot to say the investment for Palette. If you don't want to go too much all out with her, honestly, I mean, percentage wise with magic, because that's all it literally is. I mean, +3. I mean, 600% is a lot still. And then if you level up her skill tree, it's still like 700%. So you're getting the equivalent of what a +5 would be. You know what I'm saying? So +3 would be nice. In all honesty, I would say +3. Because like I said, level up the skill tree, you get the additional 100% damage. It'll be equivalent to what you would have her at a +5. Because nothing else changes other than the damage you do. That's it. Okay, so there you have it with Palette and the rerun for Zenith. Okay, and as for the pickup schedule, let's see. So retired Legend Olivier, obviously she's gonna be up until March 18th, right? She's gonna be added to the Powder of Hope shop. Archbishopist Mikaela here, who's having a rerun currently, is also gonna be up until March 18th. New Shattered Dream Palette, she's gonna be starting on March 11th. Okay, and she's going to be running through March 25th. She's also going to be added to the Powder of Hope shop. The rerun for Robin Hood Zenith, she's going to last until April 8th. Okay, and she's also going to be available on March 11th. Also available in the Powder of Hope shop. And then the rerun for Reclaim Destiny Sacred Ustia, she's going to be appearing on March 19th through April 1st. Okay, so there you have it. She's also going to be added into the Powder of Hope shop. Their gears have the same schedule. Okay, and then as for the next maintenance Powder of Hope shop scheduling, maid name are Leatrice, Faithful Wings Olivier, Queen of Signatures Mikaela, and Pure White Blessing Raphithia. So out of all of them, in my honest opinion, to go for it would be Pure White Blessing Raphithia, because she's still a very strong supporter in this game, mind you, and also her SP cost and her cooldown time are very, very short. So I would definitely go for her. And then as for like Queen of Signatures Mikaela, okay, so if you went for Archbishop Mikaela's rerun here, sorry. If you went for Mikaela's rerun for this one, I would definitely consider getting the Queen of Signatures Mikaela, because if anything, out of all the costumes for her, Queen of Signatures Mikaela is the strongest. Okay. And with now the additional of more magic buffs, right? And also they might look into buffing her in the future, because they did that survey, right? to where players were saying that as for one of the choices, that is, Mikaela was picked for that. So she might get a buffing in the future. So I would honestly recommend going for Queen of Signatures Mikaela. Okay, and I would plus her. Now plussing wise, I mean, really depends, I guess. I mean, you can either level her up with the Golden Thread shop that resets each month, or keep an eye out for her in the Powder of Hope shop, like how she's gonna be added, now, right, in the next update, or even use your certain tickets that you have. What are those tickets called again? Let me see. What are those tickets called again? These tickets right here. The hell? Can I not click it? Well, this shop right here, the draw costume, you get these tickets here, right? They're called property selected draw exchange tickets. So you can either do it that way and just draw her in the shop here, right? This is always a guaranteed 5-star, by the way, so you can just literally look through the list. Now, it's all RNG, mind you, but still. And see, Mikaela's on here, right? Queen of Signatures. But mind you guys, it's free. All you have to do is just to collect this, pass the Tower Salvation Floor 4, and then you'll be able to earn these tickets over time. You can also get it from the Golden Thread shop as well if you really want to spend on that. In all honesty, I don't really recommend doing it just because, and these are the tickets, by the way. I don't really recommend doing this just because, you have like the costume selective enhancement that resets each month, and then depending on who they put for the 5-star here, you might need the Golden Thread for it. Obviously draw tickets resetting each month and Tears of the Goddess are always the one thing you want to go for in this besides the costume selective enhancement. But yeah, I normally only get these when, like, let's say if I'm close to like a, I don't know. Let's say I have 7 tickets, right? And I have like some Golden Thread to spare. Then I just get like 3 of them because I go for a 10 draw. Even though I know it's guaranteed, right? I just do that just to get 10 5-stars in a row. That's what I just do. That's me though. But yeah, so that's another way that you can earn the tickets. And also, you can earn the tickets as well, and I don't know why I exited that, but you can also get the tickets through the Coliseum now as well. Where is it? Right here. So you get 2 of them, and it resets each month, so you get 2 of these tickets. So altogether, for free, without purchasing with Golden Thread, you can get 3 of them then. So one from the Tower of Salvation Floor 4, and then another one from the Coliseum shop here, right? And so, there you go. But yeah, so Queen of Signatures Mikaela, she's excellent in my opinion. I still think she hits really, really hard. And with the future of a potential buff coming for her, I would recommend going for her. Okay, but do keep in mind she does have a penalty when she uses her skill because it decreases your team's SP gain or SP points, right? So do keep that in mind though. But still, nonetheless, she is worth it though. I still say she's worth it. She might not be meta, but like she still can clear out a lot of enemies still, and especially if you went for her Archbishop one. Okay, she still does work. But yeah, so Faithful Wings Olivier, she's also going to be added into the Powder of Hope shop. I would say she's excellent because she restores SP points depending on how many people or how many enemies she hits on the field with her attack. She does actually quite an extensive range too as well. If we take a look at her real quick, she does do some nice range here. So this is her range, right? So depending on how the enemies are positioned, she can literally like AoE like half the field, right, of enemies. You know what I'm saying? So restores 1 SP to allies each time an attack hits an enemy. So like I said, she restores SP points, and she still is strong. Not as strong as obviously Fallen Wings Olivier, right? But she still restores SP, so I would still say that's a huge plus. You know what I'm saying? And then as we go and we look at main name Arleatrice, and then Pure White Blessing Raphethia, right? So here's the thing with them. So Rafithia is a sub DPS unit. Or not sub, my god, no, she's not. My god. Rafithia is a support unit. I don't know why I just said sub DPS. But this is her, right? So the reason why I say she's very important is because she increases ally property damage depending on how much you've plussed her, right? And since I'm going to plus 5 her in the Powder of Hope shop next, my property damage for my allies are going to be going up by 100% for 2 turns. She applies 1 chain of reinforcement to allies for 2 turns, applies an energy guard to allies equal to 50% of their own max HP for 2 turns. And her range obviously covers, 9 tiles. So that's actually a really nice one. And her cooldown time is 1 turn. So this is why I say, like, as a supporter, she's still very, very much used for this. And her cost is not that much, So I have her at plus 4, right? So when I level her up, right? And you see her range changes. Because, like, in all honesty, you have to level up her skill tree, by the way. I would recommend it, though. I would recommend it, at least. But, yeah. So, this is why I say she's really nice to have as a supporter. Okay? And especially for that chain reinforcement. As well as the property damage. And then, as for, who's the last one? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Main name, Leatrice. I wouldn't say she's a higher priority. Like, literally out of all of them, I would try to choose her last. But that really depends if you, have her other, like... Now, I'm obviously going to plus 5 her just to finish her off because I have her at plus 4. But if you read her skill, she deals physical damage to the enemy equal to 550% of your attack. If the enemy is under a DOT effect, she deals more physical damage based on your gear, by the way, equal to 850% of your attack instead. Her range is wide. Very, very nice. But, like I said, I wouldn't say she's like an investment, but she is nice to have nonetheless, especially with burn. Like, she is excellent for burn, by the way. She is very, very nice for burn. So that's why I would recommend, like, anybody that has a built-up Leatrice already and you're looking to enhance May Leatrice, then I would recommend going for her then. But if you're new or if you just don't have a built Leatrice, then don't worry about it as much, okay? But yeah, but there you have it. And also, she works for any DOT, by the way. The enemy just has to be under a DOT. It doesn't have to be burned necessarily, okay? Keep that in mind. But yeah, so there you have it. There's the latest with that. So, hope you guys decide well. Mirror War Shop costume sale schedule is going to be May Bikini Rubia. And then Golden Thread Shop costume sale schedule is going to be Bikini Agent Celia. Okay? So, both the Bikini Babes, the Bikini Twins, are going to be added for both of these shops. So, May Bikini Rubia, in my eyes, she's excellent because she applies a DOT vulnerability to the enemy. So that's why she's really nice to have. Okay. So my honest opinion for the Mirror War shop, I would definitely grab her. Like, I honestly would. So I know right now, like, it is, because I know a lot of players complained about the entire thing where it takes too long. But now that the new update is coming now, they are going to have it where you can do up to a certain number of times at once, I believe, or something like that. But let me just showcase Bikini Rubia real quick here. So applies a, well, depending on how much you built her, by the way. This is depending, by the way, okay? Just for the sake of this video, I'll just say apply 300% of DOT vulnerability. So she, like I said, she applies a vulnerability. So plus 0, it's 200%, right? With the skill tree leveled up, it looks like. So that's why I would honestly recommend going for her because of this. It's really helpful too. Like, it is honestly very, very helpful. And then as for my girl Celia here, along with my girl Rubia, she actually is really nice to have because she has an insane AoE, right? You level her up here. She also extends the duration of all the buffs she currently has by 2 turns as well. So that's another thing about her, right? Even at plus 0, she does it. You know what I'm saying? So I would honestly recommend going for her too, and then build her up in the future if you want to, get some more damage here. Now, obviously, she doesn't have gear on because this number does enhance a lot. But, like, if I put the gear on her. But I'm just saying, like, extending this duration of all buffs, it's really nice. It is actually really, really nice. And the cooldown time isn't bad either. It's like every other turn. And her SP cost isn't that bad either. So she's also another one I would recommend going for. So lots of new costumes in the shops that are actually worth going for now here in this update again. So I would recommend going for them again. Because the last one, they did have some nice ones as well, like really nice ones. And then the update before were really nice ones too. I know I'm saying really nice ones for all of them, but it's just like, because when you really look at their skills and what you can do with them on a team that you have built, right? It depends, because sometimes some costumes are more, they take higher priority depending on like your teams, you know what I'm saying? And others don't really have a high priority as, like, let's say like more supporters that you need, because this game relies a lot on supporters more so a little bit than like DPS units. So that's why I say that. But yeah, so a really nice lineup for even the Mirror War shop and the Golden Thread shop. Okay, so there you have it. There's a schedule for that. And now I know we're gonna have to discuss it because it's gonna happen anyway. So let's go now and take a look here with what's going down. Okay. So let me see. Where is it? Okay, so this was the Stranger Bunny Zenith interactions I was telling you guys about. I'll just read it really quick. So some interaction motions for the Prestige skin Stranger Bunny Zenith will be modified and newly added. The climax scene from the interaction sequence of the Prestige skin Stranger Bunny Zenith will be improved so that it can be applied as a special effect on the home screen. The addition of climax home screen effects for other previously released Prestige skins will be applied when those Prestige skins are rerun. Okay? So Teresa's was actually next on the rework, basically, is what they're saying as well with this. For users who already own the Zenith Prestige skin, the climax scene must be played once again after the update in order to obtain the special effect. The obtained effect can be applied in home screen settings, affinity, effect, and interaction. So all you got to do is just go to the home screen. I'm not sure if they have that already. Do they? Let me check. Let me double check. So you got settings, right? I do not see it. Am I reading that correctly? Because it would be under graphics, if anything. Unless it's a new feature they're adding. Okay, let me see. Home screen settings, affinity, effect, and interaction. Home screen settings. I know, I got Zenith's ass on the screen there. Home screen settings. Okay, then. So, am I doing this correctly or what? I don't know. Is that a new function or a new button they're gonna add? Or am I just an idiot? Well, if you understand this, there you have it with that. I don't know why I can't find this affinity, effect, and interaction. Home screen settings. I guess this has to be a new thing, right? I'm trying to remember even from the live stream when they were... Well, then again, could have really... I had to improvise with the pictures and the images because obviously it was not in, English, translated because the video got taken down. So I'm just going to assume that this is going to be a new button. Okay. But yeah, there you have it with Stranger Bunny Zenith, okay? And if you want more information as well, I did also talk a little bit more about the what they're adding. I even showcased a little bit. Well, I didn't showcase it. It's actually on my YouTube post. If you want to check it out, what it actually is going to have in it, since I couldn't put it in my video because I didn't want my video being sniped. You can check it out on my YouTube post because apparently it stayed, so that's a really good thing if you want to check it out. It also has some images and screenshots of Olivier's fated guest, in case you guys wanted to see that and what they look like, because again, I could not showcase what they were showing on that, in my video for that. So it is, though, in my YouTube post. So if you want to check it out, all of it's there. Okay? Okay, guys. So now we're going to be getting to the story and character lore adjustments. Okay, guys. So buckle up for this one, okay? So I'm going to read it and then we'll discuss, okay? So story and character lore adjustments, phase 1. I know, there's phases to this. It's crazy. Okay, certain Hansen-related scenes in Story Pack 18 will be removed. The chronicle related to Hansen will be revised. The setting for Eclipse's exclusive gear will be adjusted. Some profile content for Dimension Witch Eclipse will be revised. Some profile content for Dream Bride Eclipse will be revised. Some profile content for the Cursed Celia will be revised. Some profile content for Faithful Wings Olivier will be revised. A second phase is planned for the future. Further details will be announced in a later notice. This is insane. Like, I was about to cuss. This is insane, I tell you. Okay? And 9, the removal of season event Going Home story and related items. The season event Going Home story replay will be removed. Okay? It'll be removed. Home screen settings item. Oh, wait. Let me reread that. Sorry. Home screen setting items related to Going Home will be retrieved and deleted. Retrieved and deleted. Anything that has to deal with Going Home, right? If any Going Home related item is set on the home screen, it'll be replaced with the default Ustia screen after the update. Going Home related ID card items will be removed. If your ID card is decorated with Going Home related items, those items will be removed after the update. If the related items were purchased with Deco coins, the same amount of Deco coins will be refunded. I know, right? So, let's discuss this, right? Guys, you've heard me say it before in my previous VODs whenever I covered this, this issue, right? So basically, in a nutshell, Story Pack 18, right? Anything that Olivier talked about that was brought up, most likely, right? Or maybe even Ustia, because I don't remember the dialogue word for word. It's been a while, right? Well, it's been since last year, but still. Anything that's related to it is gone. So, I know. And then the thing with Going Home, the story of Going Home, right? Which is the story right here. And let me bring it up here. Season events. So Going Home right here, guys. All of this is just going to be gone. All of it. All of this is just gone. So, yeah. It is wild. Yes. It's crazy. And then the reason why I have the wallpaper up, right, is to show you that anything that's related to it, like this, everything related to the story there, it's gonna be gone. Oh, that's Ventana. But but all of this, guys, it's just gonna be gone. Okay? They even because like when they say everything related to Going Home, they mean everything. Okay? Because if they're deleting even the ID cards, right, for those wallpapers, then you damn well know it's gonna be even the wallpaper. You know how much wallpaper was actually, a part of that? Do you know how much wallpaper there was? Right? There was a lot. All that wallpaper that you just saw here, that's a lot. And if we go and we look here even, right? I know, Zenith's... but if we look at the wallpaper here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wallpapers are just going to be removed. It's just going to be removed. It's all going to be gone. Right? So this was all from the story, correct? So just to show you again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 is the one that's a part of the Going Home, just, screen that they had as like the banner art. So yeah, all of it's just gone. So what I would highly recommend, if anybody just wants to eternalize these wallpapers, the live 2D, right, for it, do it now, because tomorrow night it's gonna be gone. When maintenance hits, you won't see this ever again. Okay? So that's what I was doing. I was actually recording, the live 2D wallpapers, taking screenshots, so that I would have it forever saved on my hard drive. And, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would honestly recommend doing that in case you're somebody that loved the story just as much as I did. And you don't want to see it removed, but what can we do? The situation spiraled out of control when this was even an issue, and it never should even have been an issue, right? Small majority of people complained, okay? Apparently they hate marriages, I don't know. But they didn't like the idea, and this is what happened, and this is what we're not gonna have. So I don't even know if like even some wallpapers from Story Pack 18 might be cut. I don't know. Like at this point, I have no idea. Like something could just happen, and I wouldn't even be surprised. You know, with anything related to the story, that is. Like I would not be surprised if something were to happen. Like if something like if we got wallpaper even removed from Story Pack 18 for some reason, I would not be surprised because then I would be like, well, something else happened, right? But yeah, so there you have it with what's going on with Going Home, and this is a finalized decision. Unless I don't know, more people. I don't know. Like this is the wild thing about this was that guys, each time I go and I view a live stream, right? All their live streams, by the way, I always have YouTube chat open because I want to hear or not hear, but I want to read what people's feedback is on like if the story was ever brought up, right? And what their feedback was still. And guys, I kid you not, in all those live chat, for their live streams that they had, they were all whenever the main story was brought up, it was always saying like, "Don't change it, just leave it alone." Like I'm not joking. I'm not actually joking about that or embellishing it. It did happen. Like every live stream I went to with the live chat open and reading it, they would say to not change it and don't add a self insert. Don't ruin the story that way. Majority of people did say this. And the thing is, it was also even in the survey, even in the last dev notes, it was even discussed saying that a lot of people were saying like they did not want the self insert as well with the story. And then even the going home thing, like everyone was so shocked at it. Like it just made no sense, right? But yeah, so that's what I wanted to say with this. But yeah, it is crazy that this is happening in general. So like in all, like I feel that this was more along the lines of a dev decision. At times, I feel like that at least because see the devs are really good. Well, to a certain extent, because the thing is they try to please both sides, right? Where like that's the thing that just doesn't happen in real life. Realistically, you can't do it. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody has something different that they would want to have happen. But in the end of it, the one that wrote Olivier's story here, that was their vision of Olivia and her past, right? So like, why change that? That was literally their decision on it. And I say, as an audience, right, and as a community, it is nice to support them and it is nice to give feedback, right? But to have this push and escalate to a degree where like the story in itself now everything is being changed. Like I mean, and this everything, by the way. Story pack 1 through 19, right, are gonna be reworked here. You know, that is a big chunk of not just time, but resources being put into that where we could be having those resources be spent on other things like more spicier stuff. I don't know. But I'm just saying like all of that is going to take time to do, right? So like that's what I mean. It's just that this never should have happened. And if anything, I feel the devs just should have like allowed the players that actually, completed the story going home, right? To at least keep the wallpaper and to at least keep the ID. You know what I'm saying? Like the ID cards themselves. They really should just allow that to happen. They should not just nuke it, you know? And the thing is, newer players aren't necessarily going to care as much, but for anybody that has played the game for a long time, veterans and even those that were new to the game before Olivier, right? Before Olivier was even debuted, and they did actually, and like those people that did enjoy the story too, like it's not fair to them. Like that is not fair, you know. And like I said, if if they still are bent on like pleasing two sides here, then at least just keep the wallpaper. Just keep it in the game, okay? And if you're gonna go through with the change of the story, which they are, then they're gonna do it. But don't delete everything, okay? But that's my opinion on it. And honestly, I'm very disappointed with this. That's like, this is the one biggest change that I'm disappointed with, you know? But there you have it with that. And then now if we go to now Eclipse and Celia's profile content. So that now, okay, so let's go take a look at my girls here, right? Let's go take a look. So Eclipse and Celia, right? And then they even said Olivia, correct? So if we look at them, right? Yeah, before they like nuke me off YouTube here. Okay, so this is Dimensional Witch, right? Eclipse. So like this is what I'm saying with this one. So they said that the profile content. So this is the profile content. See profile? So time and space both are already in these hands. If you wish to change my mind, do try a little harder. So the thing is, I believe what they'll just like change here, which honestly I'm not even sure what they would change. I mean, what would they change in this? So let me read it to you. So I know they got rid of the ages. That was another thing that sucked last year. World, the original fantasy. Height, 169 centimeters. Birthday, September 20th. Affiliation and position, Master of Stein's Tower. Hobby is massaging her people's shoulders, which is Celia. What she likes is innocent and cute people. What she dislikes is time passing by meaninglessly. What she cherishes, all the members of the Magic Tower. Rumor 1, Miss Eclipse's identity. Of course, we all know, but is that important? To us, she is not a succubus, but merely the master of the Magic Tower. Rumor 2, hoo-hoo, I came here because I was curious about the work that child did here, but to find out that she's protecting her old master's legacy while suppressing her true nature. How interesting. So, I don't know, maybe this is what they're going to change. The thing where it says she's protecting her old master. Because, like, this is the thing. Like, they're getting rid of her master being in, like, you know, the Eternal Coffin in Story Pack 6. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can either watch my playthrough of Story Pack 6 and you'll see who it is, or I can just show you. But time-wise, for time's sake for the video, I'm not going to do that. But if you want to go and look, you'll know who he is. But yeah, so that's being removed, by the way. And I don't know what they're going to do with this. Like, this is the thing, like, I'm very confused about. But this is the only thing that would make sense for them changing, is because it has old master's legacy or whatever, protecting her old master's legacy. I don't know. But that's what they're changing with that. And then as for the as for bridal eclipse here, I really don't know what they would change here. World, present day, height 169 centimeters, birthday September 20th. Top model for Stein Wedding Magazine. Hobbies, browsing the web for wedding dress designs. What she likes are romantic proposals. What she dislikes are gifts from obsessive fans. What she cherishes is a wedding ring for when Mr. Right comes along. Rumor 1, I've done tons of wedding shoots, but there's just something different about Eclipse. Maybe it's her acting skills that make everything feel more real. I even dreamed I was marrying her after our shoot. Rumor 2, when Eclipse is in front of the camera for a wedding shoot, she brings a totally different energy. She's usually all smiles during makeup, but this time she seemed a bit preoccupied. Think she might still be hung up on an old love. Okay, so this is most likely why they're gonna change it too, is because of this, because it's implying that. So this is what I'm saying. It's really ridiculous. So yeah, there you have it with Bridal Eclipse now. It's honestly insane how this is a thing now. It really is. Okay, now if we go and look at Celia, I'm pretty sure it's only Celia's the curse that's with this one. But let me read it. It didn't necessarily say which costume, did it? Oh yeah, it only said the curse Celia. Okay, so let me read it. World, original fantasy, height 172 centimeters, birthdays February 29th, affiliation / position, the third of the 6 devils, hobby, collecting stockings with excellent magical sensitivities, what she likes, the screams of the arrogant, what she dislikes, people who carelessly say things about that person, what she cherishes, the The future he envisioned. Okay, so this is most likely what is being changed here because it's implying, obviously, about her, I don't know, her crush here, right? Rumor one, she's not some cursed witch. She saved our family who were surrounded by fiends. Although the screaming fiends did seem a little pitiful. Rumor two, she already rumored to be very picky, but you have no idea how picky she gets when choosing her stockings. Apparently, there's a different demeanor, or there's a different denier appropriate for what? There's a different denier appropriate for sensing magic or something. Yeah. So what she cherishes is this is basically what it is. This has to be it. The future he envisioned. I know. It's disappointing, right? And then profile content for Faithful Wings Olivier, right? Take a look at her. So, world, original fantasy, height 168 centimeters, birthday January 3rd, affiliation, position, the Valkyrie who never returned. Hobby, cooking with love. What I like, warm potato stew. What I dislike, evil beans. What I cherish, the family who gave me a new reason to live. So, yeah, this is probably it here then. Rumor one, it's thanks to my mother's boundless sacrifice that I'm here today. Even if I never see her again, I hold no sorrow. These wings, a gift from her, will always keep me close to her love. Rumor two, Whitefall, once home to the White Witch and her two children, was a place of true peace and happiness, but just as fresh snow can vanish in an instant, one day they disappeared without a trace. So yeah, it's most likely what she cherishes here, the family who gave me a new reason to live. So this is most likely what is going to be changed as well. So there you have it. So I know. And then there's also a second phase to this. So I know, man. It's like I just rub my head like whenever I read this type of stuff, man. Like it's I know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Like, how do you feel about all of this? I really do feel it's just too much. It is honestly too much to just do all this. And then the season event going home just being nuked out of just existence, right? But there you have it, guys. There's the main latest. Everything else is covering like the 1000th day celebration, the new Fated Guest update, right? For Olivier. So yeah. What are your thoughts on it? Right? What are your thoughts? What do you think is gonna happen with this? And then this is just describing, the new world and story pack. But I'll put the I'll put the link in my description below here. So if you want more additional information and everything else, I got you covered. Well, it'll have you covered with that one. I just wanted to cover the main points of this update and not just Palette. Okay, I know this video was a little longer, but I felt like it was needed to like discuss this and tell you what's in the know right now. In case you I don't know, in case you guys want to just record the Live 2D wallpaper, do screenshots or whatever before everything's changed. Okay, so there you have it, guys. With that being said, I'll catch you all in the next Brown Does 2 stream. I actually didn't see Retired Olivier in the Powder of Hope shop for some reason. Unless it's a typo. Maybe that's a typo. Maybe actually Faithful Wings Olivier might not be. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking about that just now. It just hit me. It just hit me with that. Or is she gonna appear in the next? Oh no. I'm an idiot. Sorry. My bad. I take that back. They're until March 18th. My bad. Scratch that. Okay, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. I know there's so much going through my mind right now. With all this removal of content and stuff. But I'll catch you on the next, guys. Stay classy, stay safe, and take care, guys.